Morning traders, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setup for today. So just before we continue, you can see small account hasn't really moved much. I think we made 0.84% last week, and just goes to show that if you're not watching the charts, sort of full-time, it's a full-time job. It's not as easy as what a lot of people try and make it out to be. It's very difficult to hold a full-time job and trade at the same time. Okay, and last week was pretty much a lot of up and down, and it pretty much it was a difficult week, specifically because I was not watching the charts. But anyway, and this week's going to be more the same, so it should be interesting to see what we can actually get, because I'm not going to have much time on the charts this week. Okay, so a couple of things here. And the first one is this weekly channel. So we've got a weekly hanging man here. Okay, so price was driven down, tested a breakout level here, and then we rallied off it, which is interesting to say the least. We had a good non-farm payrolls, and as expected, the market rallied. The big question at the moment is whether it's going to continue or whether we're going to roll. And if I look at the autumn oscillator, it's kind of pointing towards rolling. Okay. However, the daily, the trend is still up. Okay. So we should be wanting to trade with the trend. If I look at the 3 hour, we close this gap up here, and we've pretty much had a pretty strong rally for non-farm payrolls up to here, and we are now potentially coming back to test the alligator break. Okay, now there is another trend line here we need to pay attention to, which is there, and we also need to pay attention to that trend line, because that was a wedge forming that we broke to the upside. Okay, so and you can see how this trend line is going to line up with the 200 moving average, and we're going to be playing a game of fractals here, that's for sure. Let's just put this level in there. This is the level I'd like to see us come back and test, 27,781. That would be a really cool level to test, and that's really what I'd be looking for at the moment. There is a little gap here. Just bear with me, guys. I just want to double check. So we've got gaps. And we do have a gap all the way down there. We've got gaps all the way up on this close. You can see all these 5-minute gaps here. And more often than not, they are revisited. Okay, so yeah, I'd like to see a much deeper pullback before looking for longs again. Not looking for longs at this area here. Want to see a deeper pullback for longs, but there's also a little bit of a niggle here that we could be in for some downside here. Nothing really concrete. Our trend is up. You want to see a bit of a pullback. I think let's just have a look at the Ichimoku. It's going to give us a much better view. So starting at the 12, bearish, bearish, bearish. We're in the cloud. There's a lot, and it's a big cloud, so there's a lot of support here. So we could drift all the way down to the bottom of the cloud, which would close some of these gaps as well. The half hour is bullish, 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 and then ranging. We're in between Kijus and Tegensen. Hour, we're in between Kijus and Tegensen. They're flat. Cloud is flat. That's indicating range, but everything is bullish. So it could be some consolidation forming here. 4 hour, top of cloud. Okay, bullish, bullish, and bullish. So I'm looking for a long. Probably not in this area here, but definitely off a fractal. Okay, and the only concern I have here is we could be heading for a bearish cross on the daily, although everything is bullish. Okay, so just looking at the 4 hour, bullish, everything's pretty bullish at the moment. You're looking for a pullback, and from the pullback we should be looking for a long again. Now, way some people will be playing this is a break of this 4 hour fractal here would give them the long, and their stop will be below the cloud. Okay, I prefer to wait for the pullback back onto a level, watch the structure on a lower time frame, and then get in. It allows me for a much closer stop loss. Okay, so that's kind of the view that I'm looking at the moment. Let's just make sure which levels we're talking about here. Those are the two. So I'm looking for some support off 27,950. If that fails, then I'm looking for support of 27,878. It is a Monday, so we could just drift aimlessly toward the downside, and then at the US Open pick it up, or something could happen in Europe which would drive us the upside. So I think pay attention to these two levels. They are the ones which make the most sense at the moment. Trend is up on the hour, so you could be trend is up on the hour, and it is technically up on the daily as well. So you are looking for continuation to the upside. Okay, and it all depends what the politicians say today. I think that's the bottom line. But yeah, that's my view for today anyway. I'm looking to continue to the upside, but I just want to see a deeper pullback. And if you look at this bottom level here, that lines up with the cloud on the 12 minutes. Okay, 27,878 would be a great entry. Alternatively, you're looking for 27,952. And the way to play that, if you see any structure like this with tails, you're looking for a break. You could take it above this one here. You're looking for a close above this bar here. Okay, so there's my long, and my stop is down below the fractal. And that's how you want to trade it. Okay, and ideally you would like to see Tekinson and Kijisen cross as well. That would just give you confirmation that you're in the right place and you've got a really tight stop. Okay, so be patient. Wait for a level to be tagged. As soon as the level's tagged, watch it for a little bit. And the way that I typically do this is I put an alert on the levels, and then if I'm running around, I can see on my mobile app whether we tag the level or not, because the alert will come through. And it just gives you, you can watch it for 20 minutes. Just keep an eye on it, see what structure forms, and then climb in for it. Okay, anyway, that's kind of my view for today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.